Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of albums that I think are highly underrated and deserve a lot more recognition. Today I'm filming this episode on TikTok instead of Instagram because the album that I'm going to talk about today deserves a lot more time. And there are a couple of fun facts about it that I want to mention. That album would be Yours Truly by Ariana Grande. Now, obviously, Ariana herself is not an underrated artist, but many people might not know or remember that this is how she got her start, with Yours Truly in 2013. I remember staying up until midnight to buy it when it came out on iTunes because I had watched her on Victorious and watched her covers on YouTube quite a bit. So I was really excited to hear an entire album from her. I thought she was so talented and I loved her voice. So when this came out, I bought it immediately. But also, it came out during a time in my life that was extremely turbulent. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail, but just know that it came out during the perfect time for me personally. But anyways, the track list goes as follows: Honeymoon Avenue, Baby I, Right There featuring Big Sean, Tattooed Heart, Lovin' It, Piano, Daydreamin', The Way featuring Mac Miller, may he rest in peace, You'll Never Know, Almost Is Never Enough featuring her then boyfriend, Nathan Sykes, Popular Song featuring a British singer named Mika, Better Left Unsaid, and a Spanish version of The Way featuring Mac Miller. Now, obviously I love the entire album as a whole, but I have my favorites, like with every project. And my top song will always be Honeymoon Avenue. I think it's a fantastic opener for an album. When I first heard it, I think it almost brought me to tears. Her voice and the fact that she recorded it while having a skull and lung infection, it blew me away. Of course, Tattooed Heart is another favorite because of its soulful 1950s doo-wop style. But I also love Piano. That song is so slept on, and I doubt that even her fans remember it. But there's also Daydreamin', because again, it has that sort of 1950s old Hollywood style of music to it, which I absolutely love. And a fun fact about it that she shared that I never forgot is that the little voice note at the end of the song is her grandmother telling the story of how she fell in love with her granddad, with Ariana's granddad, I mean. And against popular opinion, I also love Popular Song. I think it's spunky, I think it's kind of funny, and a lot of her fans hate it, even to this day, which is why I love it. But yeah, all in all, this went diamond in my house. It is a solid 10 out of 10 album for me, and I will keep it on replay until I'm 90. Now I'm going to talk about the album that made her take a hiatus for 3 years because her fans raked her over the coals for this album, even though I think it's another masterpiece of hers. So let's talk about it. This is her album Positions, the one that, like I said, made her take a break from music because her fans were being really mean to her about it, and it was a time. Also, it did not get as much promotion as it probably could have due to that worldwide sickness that happened in 2020, but I digress. But the track list goes as follows: Shut Up, 3435, Motive, featuring Doja Cat, Just Like Magic, Off the Table, featuring The Weeknd, 630, Safety Net, featuring Ty Dolla $ign, My Hair, Nasty, West Side, Love Language, Positions, Obvious, and POV. Now, those are all of the songs on the standard edition, which came out in October of 2020. A couple months later, she released a deluxe version, which includes Someone Like You, Interlude, Test Drive, a remix of 3435 featuring Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion, Worst Behavior, and The Main Thing. Now, again, I reiterate, her fans raked her over the coals for this album. I guess they thought it was boring or whatever the case is. I highly disagree, which is why I'm putting it back on the map. Yes, it is a lot more chill and relaxed than her previous efforts, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve more recognition and just a lot more appreciation as a whole. Some of my favorite songs include Motive, Off the Table, Safety Net, Love Language, even though a lot of her fans, again, raked it over the coals and hated it for no reason. No valid reason, in my opinion, anyway. Someone Like You, Worst Behavior, and Main Thing. But despite the negative reception from her fans, it did pretty well, at least commercially. Like I said, it didn't get a lot of the promotion that it could have gotten due to the year that it was released in, but still, in my house, it went diamond. And every song is perfect in its own way. And another thing that this album proves, for me at least, is that I wish we as a society could just go back to loving music the way it was supposed to be loved. And by that I mean liking something even if it's not a commercial or a critical success. If you like it, listen to it. If you don't, then that's fine. But just enjoy it. I wish we could just enjoy music again. But this video is already kind of long, so let me know in the comments what your favorite tracks are. And I will see you in the next episode.